Okay, Tom, how did you become involved in the academy 10 years ago?
Well, actually, just before the academy was formed, Campbell Money, he was manager of Ayr United, he'd asked me to come in and take one of the soccer sevens teams. I sort of started then in 2003. That team sort of plodded along for 2 or 3 years until the academy sort of came into existence, I think in 2006 obviously. So at a meeting along the road in one of the local sort of establishments, that's when I became involved with the academy guys, and I've been there obviously ever since.
And who were the other sort of guys that you got involved with initially?
Initially at the academy stage, obviously John Dalton, Davy Watson, Dennis McClellan, Lawrence Grace, and myself. I think I was the only team that was actually left in the Ayr youth set up at that point. I think there was a 19s at that point still sort of in about the club, but there was only them, and at that time I think I had under 11s or something. So that was the guys that we sort of met up with at the sort of outset.
And what was the growth from that period then, that initial period? What was the sort of direction it went in initially?
Well, initially, as I say, at that period just before the sort of academy existence, we were actually just training on sort of public pitches, not even booked properly, just finding any space of grass we could. And then obviously when the academy came involved, that's when we started to sort of do things properly, sort of gradually get it to where we are today.
And did you ever, like 10 years ago, did you ever imagine that it would be at the level that it's at now? Did you ever sort of see that far ahead? Or?
Never at all. As I say, to start with, we were booking our own parks, we were paying our own pitches, we were paying our own everything really. And to see that it's came from there to where it is just now, I would never imagine that. That's all down to obviously no guys like myself, down to the guys that's no notice, that's no the coaches, the guys in the sort of background that's done all that work to get it to where it is.
Okay. And just in that 10 years, what's been your sort of highlights that stick out for you in that period?
Oh, there's probably loads. Actually, seen some players make their debuts and play for the first team as the highlight. That's what the coaching's all about, to be honest. But to see those individuals actually getting a chance, especially the likes of Robbie Crawford, who I brought in personally and has went on to appear many times for the first team and hopefully going to appear many more. That's probably one of the highlights individually. As a coach, you always still want to see your team sort of doing well, although it's about development, and the highlight probably a couple went to the semi-final of the Youth Cup last year against Rangers at Ibrox, playing against them was a highlight. The result wasn't, but getting there was a highlight, and the year before that, getting to the final of the League Cup was also a highlight with the 19s, and probably the best individual game I can remember was actually here at Belmont night against Celtic, when we managed to beat them against sort of all expectations, and Ryan Nisbet was up in the top corner there, sort of sealed the victory. So that for me is probably the highlight for me.
And just the last question, will you be here in 10 years time?
I don't know, if I'm still alive probably.
Good.